Star Report. I'm your host, Star. It is Wednesday evening. Welcome to the show. Okay, Big Meech released from prison. He was serving a 30-year sentence, arrested in 2005, and convicted and sentenced in 2008, for those who don't know. And most of you do. Sadly, most of the black diaspora or urban media, you guys know more about drug dealers and drug runners and drug lords than you do about the goddamn Constitution or the Bill of Rights. Anyway, he has been released to a halfway house. This is my main focus this evening. I want to hear your thoughts. Will he have the hottest podcast? What will he do? He's close to my age. He was born in 1968, so we're not talking about a young guy. He's not going to, come out and hit the block again. No, those days are gone. Those days are gone. And from what I remember, a whole lot of snitching went down, right? I want to talk about this because this is a big story on TMZ. TMZ amping up old black drug dealers. Wow, okay. Earlier, for those of you who are up to speed on Kamala Harris, she did an interview on Fox News. I want to talk about that because Brett Baer, who's the chief political anchor, I don't think he destroyed her. He was a little too extra in the beginning of the interview. He was not letting her speak, and she said, well, let me answer the question. Toward the end, she had somewhat of a, would it be fair to say, a meltdown? I don't know. I want to hear what you guys think. Also, Charlemagne interviewed Kamala Harris as well. Charlemagne from The Breakfast Slop. I couldn't watch that. I'm sorry. After Sleepy Joe gave him that straightening a year or so ago, or a couple of years ago, I just, I can't take Charlemagne serious. But call in if you like, all right? Showrunner Jay-Z and Rock Nation extend the NFL halftime deal. Jigga Man, huh? We're going to have to put some respect on his name, whether you like it or not. Notice I said respect. That's what you guys say, respect, as opposed to respect with a T. But if you ask me, too much hip-hop now. Too much hip-hop at the goddamn Super Bowl halftime shows. Where do they go from here, okay? All right, phone lines open right now. Florida Boy Jay, sit tight. You're my first caller. And I do want to talk about some other things here this evening. Primo, the squirrel on my other YouTube channel, jumped on my back today and then pushed off real fast. Kind of like, testing my gangster, if you will. I want to talk about that because I'm not feeling it. I don't want that type of interaction with squirrels in my yard, but we will discuss that as well, all right? Okay, Deeds, how we doing? Audio, spelling, are we okay? Waiting on an email or a text from Deeds. We should be good to go. Good evening in the live chat. Let's get down to business. Okay, and brand new sponsors I want to promote this evening as well, all right? Okay, Florida Boy Jay, are you there? So you're my first caller. I need to be brought fully up to speed on the bullshit. Florida Boy Jay, are you there, sir?
Yeah, man. They have, released Big Meech. They released Big Meech, a long-awaited day for the black community.
Yeah.
All aspiring drug dealers, plugs, middlemen, finessers, hat shorters. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The ones who take a quarter out the plate, but, it's all in doing business. Those types of niggas, you know what I'm saying? It's a thug holiday. We got to celebrate. Big Meech is finally home. They released him today. The Federal Bureau of Prisons told TMZ that he was transferred from the FCI Coleman Low in Wildwood to community confinement, overseen by the BOP's Miami Residential Reentry Management Office.
Okay.
Pretty much a halfway house.
Let's take our time. Let's take our time here because a lot of people, have been talking about him, the very popular show BMF that 50 Cent is behind. His son, Big Meech Jr. Well, what is his name? Demetrius? I forget. What is the young man's name? He was
people usually call him Lil Meech.
Lil Meech. Right. Supposedly he stole a watch, but I guess he beat that charge and he was dating or smashing Summer Walker for a hot minute. But so will he join the cast? Is 50 Cent doing a documentary about his life? I would imagine 50 owes him a bag. Yes, a pretty big bag.
Not only does 50, I don't even really say 50 owes him a bag. I feel like 50 Cent more than anything paid the bag forward and kind of put him in position to be at an all-time high right now.
Okay.
What point is it if I give you like $1 million in cash? I'm pretty sure with the investments he's made in his son's acting career, the brand and the legacy of BMF, and honestly, since the last season was kind of kind of lackluster, him getting out at this time, I think, is very critical to the longevity of the BMF series, to any types of films, movies. Remember, he's not coming out broke trying to do interviews and podcasts.
Right.
He doesn't have to go on YouTube and get a check from any of these people to come and tell the story.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So his value can be upheld.
Yeah. And again, for those who have heard of him over the years, he's become more than a street legend, if you will. He was sentenced to 30 years. He was scheduled to get out in 2026, so he's home early. Did anybody pull any strings, or was he released on good behavior? I mean, I've never done a stretch, or is this just according to the books and the laws, and he has done the majority of his time? Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much, like you just said, he's getting out almost 3 years earlier in the halfway house. It's unclear when a sentence will officially end, but like you just said, he's no longer in federal custody. They have no reason, or they haven't said it's through like some type of parole. Right now, the lawyer Brittany K. Barnett, the attorney for Big Meech and co-founder of the Buried Alive Project, told TMZ that he is free after 20 years behind bars and he used time in prison to focus on some personal growth. Sure. And he has the opportunity to start a chapter in his life. So maybe he went to the parole board and they seen that he was contrite. They seen that, once he gets out, he has a support system around that will keep him on very narrow. So I'm pretty happy for him. And I think he deserves to be home, seeing the things that have transpired since he's been away.
Yeah. Anybody who, serves their time and pays their debt to society, I have no problem with them coming home. So, would this be fair to say, because you're born and raised in Florida, yes? So you know his name better than a lot of people up north. His name was well known coming out of Detroit, again, born in 1968. And really, correct me if I'm wrong, he's one of the guys who put Atlanta on the map along with Jermaine Dupri. Is that where you first heard of him? Pardon me.
Yeah, absolutely. And being somebody from the South who was, like a 90s, early 2000s era, you got to understand, as much as we like, box Chevys, dunks, old schools and everything, Big Meech and the lifestyle, the bigger than life, he's the one who brought in, like they tell you, the Raris, the Maybachs, the Lambos. You've seen him in Miami. You may have seen him here and there with athletes in Atlanta. But Big Meech kind of made everybody in the South step the game up to a different level as far as, just flashing and stunting and fronting, nigga things, And just like how Puffy was,
right.
Not to intertwine it too early, but just like how Puffy was to the bling bling in the music industry,
in the North,
Big Meech was that to the street niggas.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Big Meech was a parallel.
All right. I mean, his downfall, I don't remember everything, who was telling yada, 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 but he did have a record label or a production company. They were spreading the money around, and Blue Da Vinci was their main artist. Yes? No? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, at the time, but we can say down here in the South, the person who benefited the most off of the BMF legacy, especially during the time they were getting locked up, was without a doubt Young Jeezy. He was like the Donald of BMF, and regardless of where they stand with Young Jeezy, he pretty much kept that name alive starting out, and he was kind of the face, the image, representation, the most believable, because he was standing right next to them niggas allegedly. Like, so many people in hip hop benefited off of the name. Even Rick Ross rebranding, Big Meech, Larry Hoover. All these people have benefited, just almost like people benefit off the Capone last name, or these mobsters. But finally, we have a black one who's alive, young enough to have an impact, and we can't wait to see what he does.
Okay. Jay-Z and Rock Nation have extended the NFL halftime show deal. Any thoughts? This is trending everywhere. I mean, Jay-Z doing the damn thing, man. I mean, are people excited for him? Those who love hip hop, rap music, or are people salty because of the choices he's been making thus far?
Personally, as a lover of hip hop, rap music, R&B, black music in general, this is what we've been waiting for since they, blackballed Janet Jackson. It's like, hey, can we get some type of, as much as you don't like Jay-Z, you have to look at Jay-Z sometimes like a politician for black.
I don't dislike Jay-Z. I don't dislike him.
But I'm saying not like on a leader standpoint, but if he's the face to negotiate and broker deals for black artists to be platformed on the Super Bowl, then regardless of how you feel about him as a person or not, if he is the conduit to these opportunities, then we have to celebrate the accomplishment of him, re-upping on that deal.
Yeah. I'm actually excited for him. I haven't seen him in decades, man. But I mean, I think this is a great thing. And I think his demeanor, his approach, his strategy to doing business, I think he's earned this. The deal was originally struck back in 2019, worth $25 million. I don't have any new numbers. Do you, with regards to the extension and how long the deal is going to be going on for?
I can tell you that the Super Bowl halftime show, the one that he did in 2022 and 2023, broke the most viewed halftime show of all time. So they have broken records. I haven't had any new numbers, like you said. No new numbers have rolled in yet.
Okay.
But like I said, as much as you hate Hove and everything, I know you guys don't want to see Imagine Dragons. You guys don't want to see Charlie XCX at Super Bowl, and you guys complain. So Hove is the one who's getting the niggas on the stage.
I don't think people hate Hove. And I mean, listen, I'm nobody's fan, you know this, but I think people are, with regards to that type of level of business that he does, people always have something to say. I don't think he's hated like that. I mean, unless you say different. Do you, quote unquote, hate him?
So I'm from a different generation. So the way we feel about Jay-Z around like the 30 and under crew is a little bit different. We don't have the same reverence for Hove the way the older generation does. And you have to add that within cancel culture and internet politics, we have a very warped view of Jay-Z that's not like yours. So like, I'm kind of speaking towards those people right now that I know they have this, we don't F with Jay-Z rhetoric, but these are the same people that, regardless of like him or not, are still providing pathways to be seen as black artists on the highest platform.
I think hate is a strong word, but most people who are trying to get into the quote unquote business or trying to align themselves with power would very easily do a deal with him. I even saw a couple of people, who have done total about faces and say, yeah, I'll work with him if the money's right. I mean, so that word hate, I don't want to just, fling that around here.
Right. Lastly,
okay, I'm sorry.
Just lastly on that topic, I will say this just on a business-wise, Rock Nation, as we know, is monopolizing the touring business. So it makes the most sense to partner up with the touring conglomerate to bring in the artists you want to. So I just want to close it out on that.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you being my first caller. If you think of anything else with regards to Big Meech, let me know. I will say this, man, with regards to, implementing swag and, again, putting Atlanta on the map in terms of street appeal. He was the guy that I would, give the nod to. Do you say different?
Big Meech, I think Big Meech was very instrumental in hip hop. The sound, the flavor, the energy, being a hub in Atlanta. I feel like Big Meech, I'm not saying that he told rap to stop. It was happening before he got there. I feel like the energy he was bringing down, the women he was bringing down, having Diddy, I think that he was the last cherry on top that sparked this Atlanta wave we see today.
The club presence. I mean, Atlanta used to be different, man. I mean, been going down there since the late 80s. And, when him and his team started, making their presence known and spreading the money around, so to speak, it changed quickly and it got a new found respect for it. I just wanted to say that, not to glorify, drug dealers, but I just want to say that.
Right.
All right,
Lastly, I went live yesterday.
I'm sorry?
I went live yesterday. I will send you a picture of for me for the community section.
Yeah, come on.
So I just want to say, we just want to say appreciate it. We're talking about the Democrats losing black men vote and black men's impact on the political party and giving us a round of applause and a pat on the back to ourselves.
Okay.
So I'll send that to you in the community section. You have a great show. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Yes, sir. Okay. Good evening. 2 topics on the table. Are you there? 973. Big Meech released.
Yes, sir.
From prison.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing well. So yeah, I wanted to talk about the Kamala topic.
Well, sir, can I ask you to address the nigger shit first? This is a premium black a premium black news special. Big Meech.
That nigga swole up like a damn. I don't know what they put in that food, but that boy swole up. That boy went in 110 and came out fucking 375.
Okay, you got to watch the F-bomb. Please, just watch the F-bomb. So
excuse me. Yep.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know what to say. Yeah, free him, cool, and then the world keeps spinning.
Well, can I ask how old are you, sir? How old are you?
33.
Okay. Listen, it's no secret that according to research, that black people, for the most part, they're interested in Big Meech coming home. I did marketing and promotion for a decade in the 80s, 90s, before I ever got to radio. So there are certain cultural habits, wants, needs, and desires. They want to know about this. Go ahead.
No, you're 100% right. I mean, no, it definitely is there's excitement amongst our amongst black people. Yeah. I know you don't like saying community because there is no black community, but yeah, there's excitement amongst black people for sure. Okay. I don't know. I don't really totally understand why, but let them have their moment. I mean, the Jamaicans had their moment with Vibes Cartel. So let the black people have.
Great example. Yeah. Great example. Okay. All right. So you saw the interview with Kamala Harris, Vice President, on Fox News earlier with Brett Baer. You saw it?
Yes.
What'd you think?
I mean, I think it's a lot more of the same. She kind of struggles to string along a coherent sentence and answer direct questions. And I think, especially when asked about the Obama, dressing those black men. She kind of danced around a lot of that.
Yep, she danced around that. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty sad. I mean, it's going to be a very close race. What do you think?
I don't think it's close. I think that the propaganda is trying to make us think the race is close. I think she'll lose by a landslide. She should, technically. She should lose. Again, we've been through it. She has never even won a primary. But she looked like she kind of lost it toward the end of the interview. Did you see it? It was roughly 27 minutes. Looked like she started cracking up a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, she's been bombing on almost every platform. She's like the town halls. She just did that one with Charlamagne. It's just all bad. I agree. She should take the L. People are really gonna have a meltdown when she loses, though. It's insane. I saw some dude on Rogan talking about if Trump wins, the mental health of the country is gonna have a mental health emergency or something of that nature.
Yeah. Do you yourself vote? Do you vote?
I have voted, but as of recent, no. I don't want to be complicit in anything that these two people have going on. I feel as though if I was to vote for one of them, I'd be complicit.
Okay.
In murder.
I appreciate the call, man. Thank you,
brother.
Okay. Did he just call me brother? Sheesh. Peace, sincere. Got your donation. Thank you for tapping in, sir. Yeah, this is premium black news. Make no mistake about it. Big Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg. Are you out there, sir? This is right up your alley. Big Meech from Black Mafia Family. Okay. Not to be confused with the original Black Mafia out of Philly. Okay. That's totally different organization, but he's home. We have to talk about this. Let me go to area code. Wait a minute. 202. Good evening. Late night. Premium Black News. Are you up to speed? Are you there? 202.
Yes, Star, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Please don't kill the vibe, okay? We're trying to get it.
I got you, player.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. So we're talking about Big Meech. I mean,
yes, sir.
You know, it's electrifying for him to be home for those that came up in that era and watched that era come up. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little electrifying. It's a little surprising at the same time. I think Meech is going to take his time, get acclimated to what's going on in the community. And I think he's going to meet up with 50 first and get his bag. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get that bag from 50. And, you know, he's going to hang out with his son and, you know, parlay for a little while. He got to kind of lay low, right? Because he got to figure out what's going
on. I think he's in tune with I think he's in tune with what's going on. I'm sure they've got the internet where he is. I don't know what he's been doing in prison. Has he been in some type of lockdown for 23 hours a day, or has he been roaming the yard and things of that nature? Do you know?
I don't know, but I know that he's you know, he's a powerful man. When he comes around, you know what I'm saying, he creates influence and people want to come up under the wing and they want to follow him. So I think what's going to happen is you're going to see PJ, 50 and others like that contact him on the back channel. And like I said, he's going to be trying to get his bag up. And we got things like Web3 now, you know what I mean? So he's got to figure out how he can move around. And yeah, he's just going to figure out how to move around.
Can I ask, how old are you, sir?
100 thing I did.
So how old are you?
I'm 38.
Okay. You know, during his reign, his run, the internet wasn't popping like that, you know. So a lot of people, including yourself, you heard about him, and you probably heard about him more after he was arrested and then sentenced. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, I follow, you know, most people in my era, we was following Jeezy, right? So
right.
I followed Jeezy. And
so you weren't in tune. Hang on a second. You weren't in tune with Big Meech like that on a daily basis. Now, was he a quote unquote killer? Was he laying bodies down? I never heard that.
Man, I'm on my business.
I asked you a question, sir. Was he convicted of killing people? You don't know. If you don't know, just say, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know about all of that, Star.
Okay. So we're not talking about an Alpo figure who could come out and then just gain respect off the top. If he wasn't a killer, I'm going to say, you know, it may not be the big welcoming home that you think, but I'll let you finish up. Go ahead.
I mean, but he had a lot of influence, though. You know what I mean? When I was watching Jeezy and all that, then I discovered Meech, and I started saying, wow, this dude has a lot of influence. He knows how to, like, create influence. He don't really need to be doing all that, you know, gangster stuff and all that. Like, even though that's what he was doing, he don't really need to. He got influence. So I think that, like I said, he's going to be trying to, you know, people, he's not even got to do nothing. People going to be coming to him, I believe.
Gotcha.
And, you know, he's going to collect his bag.
Right. And so you're repeating yourself, but thank you. Sounds like he's attracted to him. I just asked him if he was a killer. Let me look in the live chat. Troll Babies, was Meech laying people down, giving niggas dirt naps? See, his influence and his reign might be limited. A killer is a different type of nigga, you know? You've taken lives. I've never heard about him killing people. No, he's just a drug dealer, you know? But I'm here to talk about it. Yes, I am. Is this Big Elvis, this Chef Rosenberg? Premium Black News. Good evening, sir. Big Elvis.
Big Elvis, Chef Rosenberg. I am here, Star. I am present, Star. Okay. Big Meech. I think it's a great thing. What he was providing to the people was something that was, you know, like they got all these people that work for Purdue and all these other all these pharmaceutical companies. Nobody's arresting these people, all the murders and all the crime and all the deaths that happen. I think him coming home is a great thing. He wasn't a killer. He was a motivator. He had that ability to motivate men, to put the drama to the side and let's get this money. And when the internet first started is when he came out, and that's what kind of jammed him up. The fact that he was recording so much things and putting things online. So I think he's going to fall right in perfectly with what's happening right now. Okay. I think he's going to tap in. He's going to tap into the culture, or this perceived culture. He's going to tap into the podcasting, the T-shirts, the merch. I think Big Meech is coming home at the right time, where he won't be stagnant. I think Big Meech is gonna move the needle a little bit, possibly, because he was very intelligent coming up, and he was a young guy spitting some real facts about organizing and getting money. I mean, that right there is still attractive to people. People are looking to be led.
Have you heard his voice, Big Elvis, or are you just going by hearsay? I mean, listen, I'm just trying to be objective here, because again, his voice, his presence was more impactful than his voice. So people might be saying, podcasting and stuff like that, but the guy may have a voice that people say, I don't know. I'm just asking.
Well, the voice I'm talking about is when he was interviewing, when they were interviewing him for his birthday, where he had like the horses and the elephants and the giraffes and all that stuff. And there was.
So you have heard his voice. Yeah, I heard his voice.
Yes, I have heard his voice. And he was very articulate, very intelligent. He wasn't, I'm saying all day. He was a person who read books, it appears. He appeared to, he was a true leader. And he was a man among men because he motivated like a non-violent movement to like, where now all we got is ops. Everybody's super oppy. Super oppy. I got that from your guy, Five God.
Okay.
He said everybody's super oppy right now.
Okay. All right. So now your channel, you've named it Premium Black News after my segment, Premium Black News. Surely you have to address this on your platform, yes? At some point.
Oh, absolutely. I will be addressing that in the next day or so.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because I think he had the ability to move the needle at the time. And I think that the way Chat GPT is going on, the way things are moving, I think this is the perfect time, where maybe 5 years wasn't. I think right now is his time where he's going to strike, and I look to see him win. I look forward to seeing him win, and I will be a supporter. I'll get a T-shirt. I'll get a hoodie.
Wow. Okay. Damn. Big Elvis fanned out. Okay. Well, look, man. I appreciate you tapping in. Anything else you want to mention? Did you see Kamala Harris on Fox News? Did you? Hear Kamala Harris with Charlemagne? I did not. I heard a little, like maybe a 5-minute snippet of her and Charlemagne. I couldn't do it. Or anything else you want to talk about? Big Elvis, before you go.
No. I'm good. I'm just going to be listening in, Star. I appreciate you. I appreciate your show. All the Jaguar white fans, they need to get out of here. But, it's all good. It is what it is.
Salute. Thank you, Elvis.
Bless.
Okay. All right. Bless up. Late night. This is Premium Black News. Please watch the language. That's all I ask. 773. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. Good evening, Star. How you doing tonight?
Good, man. How are you?
Oh, pretty good, man. Hey, allow me. I got some objective hate on this Big Meech situation. May I come with it?
Yeah, just watch the F-bomb. That's all I ask.
Yeah. Look. All these black folks, these pro-black folks. Right. I'm black as well. I've called you before. Right. I'm in San Diego. All these pro-black folks, right? Okay. Our whole culture is about to champion this man, just as Elvis just did. Yeah. I'm not an Elvis, right?
Right.
But we've all seen the results of crackheads. We've all seen what it looks like, how these kids end up in foster care. Mom and pops was strung out on crack. Am I correct?
That you are.
We know how nasty that is.
Yeah.
We know how nasty that is in our community, because now you got these kids without no dads running around. Their life's a mess. Their life's in absolute shambles. And then our communities turn to absolute shambles. Because these kids without no parents, they strung out on dope, right? These kids, they join the gangs, they sell dope, they do the robbing, the killing. The majority here really, really lost. Their parents were strung out on dope. That's facts. Black folks, especially these wokey wokes, I promise you they're about to champion Big Meech. Hey, I'll even make a bet with any of your listeners. Bet a rack that within 2 years, Big Meech is to be on stage with some Democratic politician. I guarantee it.
Okay.
But I think our culture is celebrating this dude. And again, in the game, of course, not on his level. So I ain't no saint. But that type of work shouldn't be championed by our community, man.
No.
He was a leader, all this other stuff. No, we got tons of black leaders in business and top ends of their professions already. But our culture is so backwards.
Yeah. Okay.
May I, for instance, speak freely?
Well, let me jump in there and say I have no problem with anything that you're saying. But again, there are certain cultural habits that have been proven, stereotypes and theories relating to different groups, if you will. And the black drug dealer is always going to be a cornerstone of black culture. That's just what it is. The movies, the television shows, it's fascinating. I mean, there's been research and reports on this to show that a lot of young black males who don't have a father figure in the home, they latch on to the drug dealer because he comes around in the new car with the custom seats, the fine clothes, and you can't just blame today's black people, if you will. Hell, when I was coming up in the 70s, you had the black exploitation era. You had Mean Johnny Barrows, you had Fred Williamson, you had Slaughter, Jim Brown, and a host of others. Superfly, oh my God. Go ahead.
I agree. I 100% agree with you. When my dad told me that Superfly, that when that movie came out, it turned a lot of niggas out. You know what I'm saying? Because they hey.
Including my older brother. He wanted to be a drug dealer. Yes, sir.
yeah. Hey, it reminded me of a Brand Nubian song. He's like, these people don't worry me because they're influenced by what they. Yeah. Again, to me, it's a reflection of our culture being kind of, our culture's trash. I'm just gonna call it out. And like I said, hey, anybody that wants to bet a rack, I promise you, some Democratic Party politician is gonna come out there and dancing with this dude. He will be on the stage here soon.
Right. Well, if I can just say with regards to what you said, but now keep in mind that the Caucasian is a killer as well, a drug dealer, a breaker of treaties, a pimp. Okay. Yes. And if we're talking about America right here, land of capitalism, you have the Kennedy family and a host of others who have been involved in bootlegging and other things. Alcohol is a drug. So I'm not here to necessarily kick Big Meech's back in. It is what it is. But go ahead and finish up. And did you see Kamala Harris, her latest interview? Not that you had to, I'm just asking.
Oh yeah. Hey, I saw it. She got worked. They called it off early, but that's a whole nother bag. But yeah, I saw that interview. Okay. Hey, and real talk, I'm not even kicking Meech's back in. Meech is doing what Meech and gangsters and hustlers do. I'm not kicking his back in. I'm just putting a magnification on our culture. Okay. I think our culture does good things and hurts itself. Okay. But hey, great show.
Thank you, man. Yes, sir. Thank you. Let me go to area code 347. It's late night. Let me give you a minute to pick up. Please turn that down. Turn that down in the background. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, so Meech about to make a whole bunch of money right now. Okay. And everybody that chooses to interview him, they're gonna make some money too.
Oh boy.
So it's all good, really.
Okay. Were you connected in any way, shape, or form to that era? What's your concern?
I mean, I grew up watching the DVDs and the parties and whatnot. You know what I mean? And most people like that end up in jail anyway.
Yeah.
But he was like the first,
and rightfully so. And rightfully so.
Yeah, and he was like the first to really, show that lifestyle on video. You know what I mean? So by him coming out, like the other caller said, most likely he's gonna like team up with some kind of politician, because if he chooses to, go against like the wave right now, the way how the drug world is right now with fentanyl killing everybody, he could easily say that, yo, this fentanyl is not where it's at, and when we were coming up, we weren't, the stuff on the street wasn't dropping people like that.
How much time did he serve? Do you know? He was sentenced back in 2008 to 30 years?
Like almost 20, okay. 20, 25, something like that.
He might be smart enough to have gotten past, peddling street drugs. Again, born in 1968. You become wiser, as you get older. Maybe if he's still a true hustler, he'll start peddling some other type of drug, via the internet.
Yeah, exactly. So people's attention and all that. But for the most part, he definitely has the potential to go into the world of politics. And being that fentanyl is like the thing out here, when he was around, that wasn't the case. Right. So that could like propel him in a space where he could just go against the grain and be like, look, when I was coming up, this wasn't that, and this is whack. So, vote for me. It could go that direction straight up.
Okay, so are you hoping that he has evolved, or are you trying to?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, do I care? Not really, but at the same time, I know his potential. Okay. For people like that, and the attention.
What type of car did he drive back in the day? So you said you watched the DVDs, yes?
All kind of expensive stuff that was out of my range. I wasn't like I really wasn't into luxury like that, just for the fact that I couldn't afford it.
Was he wood grain gripping? What do you remember in those DVDs? Were the seats custom seats like Alpo and Rich Porter? Come on, I'm looking for some real, in-depth premium black news here. Come on.
Whatever expensive with the big rims, I think he was around that time. So whatever the outlandish thing was.
So there's nothing wrong with saying I don't know. Just say I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. But I do know that the attention that he got. I know that the attention that he got is like major currency right now. Straight up.
Okay. Anything else you want to mention, sir? Jay-Z and Rock Nation have renewed their deal with the NFL for the halftime show, or Vice President Kamala Harris did a sit down on Fox News. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I just wanted to speak about Meech briefly. That's about it.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night. Thank you. All right. Anybody want to call in and just bring us up to speed on what type of headrest Meech had in the cars? Or were they SUVs? Come on. If somebody from New York were to call here, oh my God, they could tell you everything Alpo used to drive. No, you guys don't know. He had the model with the skirts, the sport kit, right or wrong? Guys on the screen, www.lumalis.com. Okay, this is, again, one of my sponsors returning. The only black-owned smoked barbecue chicken tamale company. Please go there and tell them I sent you, okay? They've got seasoned foods, custom-built G-Stack smokers, and other items. Lumalis Tamales, okay? I'm excited to have them back as a sponsor. Hey, Shanita, thank you so much. Oh, okay, well, hang on a second. She says you got a copyright strike. Okay. I'll forward your email to Amy, but if you don't hear from her in 24 hours, just send another email, same email address. Attention, Amy. Yeah, she gives out strikes. Yeah. Area code 917. Premium Black News on a Wednesday. Are you there? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
How are you, man? It's cracking.
How you doing, sir? I just want to speak on the Big Meech. Can I call him a hate? Or is that allowed tonight?
Yeah, but just watch the language. That's all we ask. This is premium black
yes,
news.
of course. Yes,
the
I know.
Streets.
Yes, it's late night. I'll watch my language.
Streets want this. Streets want this. Go ahead.
No, the streets don't want this. I don't think we care for old man and his old come up stories. Well, let me not say. I just don't believe. I'm not looking for no old drug dealer telling his war stories and his crime and how he destroyed multiple neighborhoods and killed multiple people and how he had people set up. Honestly,
okay.
I wish him the worst. He did terrible things to his community, and he's free now. And like that, the caller before, I completely agree with him. People are going to jump on his back and beg for him to be on podcasts and have sit down. He's going to be on Vlad. He's going to be on your friend Vlad couch. I'm calling it too. Star.
Of course he will.
But yeah, that's going to happen. And Vlad is going to eat off of black. And it's not. You can't even call Vlad a culture vulture because it's going to be nothing but black people clicking on it. It's only black people clicking on Vlad. So
no, it's a wide variety of people that actually go to VladTV. But hang on a second. What you're saying makes a lot of sense. You sound like a young man who's got his head on his shoulders the right way. Pause. The right way. But now, people are curious about this. Man, I could tell you about the interest in not just Alpo and those guys, but Nicky Barnes, Frank Lucas. Oh my God, it's what people want to hear about. So those old drug dealer stories, they never get old, sadly. Go ahead.
No, you're completely correct, Star, because I have a brother in his 40s, and he loved what's the movie that Cameron was supposed to be playing as Alpo, Paid in Full?
Paid in Full.
That's like one of his favorite movies. Yeah. Like I don't understand. They love that drug movie. So like I don't understand. I'm not saying I'm better than the next man, but I just don't understand these love for these drug dealers. I have a disdain for them growing up in the hood. I grew up in East New York. There's still people peddling drugs, but it is what it is. I'm just not a fan of them, gentlemen. But yeah, I wish Big Meech the worst. Yeah. I just want to hate on him, and that's about it. Thank you, sir.
Well, hang on a second. Before you go, what do you think about Freeway Rick Ross, Freeway?
Freeway Ricky?
Yeah.
Well, I saw a couple of his videos due to Vlad. I was not familiar with him. Yeah. The only Rick Ross I knew was the Rick Ross from Miami.
Right.
The former CEO.
Who stole his swag from Freeway Rick Ross. Stole his whole swag.
As he should. As he should. He stole it and he made millions off of it. And I don't care about that drug deal that missed out on it. Okay. I'm glad he stole his whole identity.
Okay.
I'm so happy.
I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. That was a good call. A young man who's not buying into the nonsense. Who's not buying into it. Yes, these old drug dealing war stories, you want them. You want them. Hey, Shanita, I got your donation. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know about what WAC 100 was saying. I really don't. I don't want to add fuel to that fire unless someone can send me a link. Area code 862. A few topics this evening. Are you at the speed? Do you care? Big Meech released from prison. 862.
Peace, Your Highness. Peace. Daniel Chiba reporting live from South Orange, home of Lord Hill.
Okay, what's going on with you, man?
Ain't nothing, God. I'm gonna get right to it. I think a lot of your callers are hypocrites. Main reason because if they're going to champion somebody like Jay-Z, you got to champion Big Meech. Why? Because Jay-Z was a admitted drug dealer, excuse me, for decades. Mm-hmm. He said he came into this mother effer 100 grand strong, 9 to be exact, from grinding G-packs. Big Meech actually might even be, if I'm really thinking about it, Big Meech might actually be better than Jay-Z because he serves his debt to society. So why not? Why shouldn't you champion him? Mm-hmm. Champion Jay-Z, you champion Big Meech. Yeah.
Well, I'm nobody's fan, but I mean, we have to respect what Jay-Z has been doing out here all this time. I mean, whether it's cutthroat, conniving, backstabbing, that's street business. Yes.
Yes, that's true. That's true. But again, they're both kind of intertwined in a lot of ways. Even with your last caller talking about the Soul Survivor video, yeah, they both had the Maybachs. They both were, balling how they were balling. But at the end of the day, they were both just drug dealers. So yeah, one took a different route. They ascended to different heights. Another one got caught. And as far as anybody fantasizing the whole drug dealer story, a lot of people like the story of Robin Hood. It's like a rag to riches story. People fantasize that and romanticize that all the time. It's not anything out the norm.
And if we really have to, do a deep dive, so to speak, dealing drugs, prostitution, which is the oldest profession known to mankind, sometimes that's all you have left in society. You can't get a regular job, have no opportunities. Baby need new shoes, you got to hit the block, right? You got to flip a few packs.
Correct. Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah. So I want to land my plane. Thank you so much for the call, man.
Thank you. A good call right there, guys. Big Meech released from prison. Florida Boy Jay, you wanted to call back? Hold on a second, guys. With regards to okay. Yeah, call back, Florida Boy Jay, if you want to discuss the Kamala Harris interview. I don't think she got destroyed. She got a little frazzled toward the end, on Fox News. Does anybody know if she wears a hairpiece? Her hair look kind of nice. If anybody wants to call in and break that down. Area code 313, late night premium black news. Are you there? Big Meech released from prison.
He shouldn't have been in there in the first place.
Talk about it.
You feel me? I don't know what was up with that case or that judge, man. I'm from Detroit, man.
Okay.
313 star.
Okay.
Check it out, man.
Come on.
They didn't catch Big Meech with nothing. He ain't get caught with nothing. No money, no dope, nothing. And Terry running his mouth and he got caught up. But anyway, he wasn't supposed to be locked up anyway. So, to put him in the halfway house, that's cool and all, but he wasn't supposed to be in there anyway. I don't know, a lot of people know that.
Yeah, that stuff, it's so old for me to try and remember. I don't feel like doing the research. I remember seeing his sister, and she was really, I believed her. You remember? And I'm talking about he had a sister, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, you're probably talking about Terry Flenory's wife. She was on there talking.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Yeah, that's his brother. That's his brother's wife.
Right.
But he got caught up because Terry was on the phone running his mouth. That was Big Meech's whole problem, man. He on that phone talking. So basically, you don't know if he did it on purpose or not because they was kind of beefed up before he got locked up.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
He was charged with regards to Wolf, Diddy's one-time associate bodyguard, but the charges are dropped. Not enough evidence, right? Memory serves me correctly.
Yeah, but he caught one in the ass, though. Big Meech caught one in the ass that night.
Shot in the ass. Mm-hmm.
And you know what that, not to flip the script, but what all that was over, right?
Remind us. I forget. Remind us.
Maya.
Oh, the singer, Maya.
Maya was with Big Meech and all them in the club. Okay. And Wolf and Putnam, they walk in there, trying to talk to her. They like, nah, bro, she with us.
Okay.
They kept on pressing her. You're like, no, man, she with us. And then they went upside and it went down. So all that was over Maya. If people want to know. And Puff always be in the middle of something somehow.
Always.
Man. You know what I'm saying?
Shootouts up in New York City and Club New York. Go ahead. I got time tonight, please.
Yeah, so, all that was a little mess up there. Everybody was, flossing. Same thing with Shine. Somebody smacked Diddy in the face with the money. Not to flip it, but, that's the party life. Everybody in their 30s, wow, let's get it. Come on, both feet on the gas. So that's what that was about, man. It's always over a female star.
Yeah. Either it's over
all the situations.
Either it's over a female or niggas stunting and somebody got offended. Okay, so he's released to a halfway house. He probably has already been getting paid from 50 Cent with regards to his life story. His son is involved in the BMF show. Will he adjust back into society well, or do you think it's gonna,
oh yeah, Let me tell you why. Because everybody was out here trying to imitate Big Meech all through the AT. Everybody owe up. Rick Ross owe up. Jay-Z owe up. All of them owe up. They started the life. They was the first one throwing money in ATL. the 30,000 that night.
Right.
You know, Jeezy was with him a little bit. You know, Jeezy did his thing, but they owe up to Big Meech, man. That lifestyle they living and all that, that was Big Meech, man. Even Puff wanted to be like Big Meech.
Wow. What year did Magic City open? Was it?
That's 80, how they got into it.
85. What year did Magic City open? Let me Google it.
I ain't gonna even misquote you on that, but I know, you know, back in right before, you know, Big Meech, when he put up the billboard and all that, that's when it all, you know, started going crazy, and it was a boss challenge. So, you know, but you know, that's all I had on that star, as far as my take on that. But
I appreciate you, man.
You weren't supposed to be in anyway. I appreciate you too, Star.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Okay, all right. Magic City, 1985. How did I know that? I want to talk to this man right here. Okay, 1985. I wasn't there in 85. I think the first time I went to that place was in 87. I said, no, I ain't trying to make it rain on no hoes, man. Wait a minute. Mo Fax, thank you for tapping in, sir. Are you there on Wednesday night?
I am here, sir.
Great to hear from you, man. How are you, Mo?
I missed you, Star. How you doing?
Hey, I'm right here. Good to hear your voice.
Man, I see you every night, but I miss talking to you.
Yeah. Good to hear from you as well, man. Where do you want to start?
On Big Meech.
Please.
How is he gonna atone? Now he served his. This is where I'm at with it. If it's organized crime, it's like the Delano, Franklin Delano Roosevelt,
okay,
George Bush, that kind of criminality where you actually take it and do better for your people. That's one thing. But how does he plan to atone now that he's an old nigga? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear you getting out here talking all these war stories and all back in the day, bruh. You built nothing institutional for our people. And all you did was take away from our people. That's the point. You know what I'm saying? I'm a square. I'm a proud square. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I know plenty of people, junkies, everything, breaking your family house, stealing from square people. You know what I'm saying? To support their habit. He was the head of that snake. Not really the head, you know what I'm saying? George Bush and Ronald Reagan and them was the head. But what I'm saying is he was one of the main franchises for them.
Okay.
So if we got smoke for George Bush and all those people, we should have the same smoke for Big Meech and everybody else that was working for him. Because all they was errand boys for these people. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Look, if you want to turn your life around, like some of the other gangsters that, you know what I'm saying, went and sat it down and start writing children books and want to bring peace to the neighborhood, that's one thing. But if you get out here glorifying what you did, you don't got my respect. And he shouldn't have anybody respect. Because you was a terrorist, bruh. That's what you was. You was a narco terrorist to our community. I'm just gonna keep it 100.
Okay.
And it's sad. It was niggas. Excuse me, my friend, French, but it's sad. It's Negroes my age. You know what I'm saying? 40 plus is glorifying this.
Yeah.
Are you serious? But at the same time, if they kids get on the fentanyl and die, they want to find a drug dealer and charge them for murder. Which one? This is the schizophrenic nature of our people. We're crazy, Star. We're crazy people. We're sick people. I'm just gonna keep. You notice I say we. We are a sick people. Because on one hand, like I said, when what's your boy name that died down in Atlanta?
I forget.
Rich Homie Quan.
Tommy Quan.
Oh, who's selling the bad pill? Who's selling the bad pill? We need to figure it out. You're saying to lock them up. But then you're saying you glorify the drug dealer. Which one is it? Just pick a side. That's all I'm saying. Like, pick a side.
If I can jump in, Mo. If I can jump in. I have heard him speak on multiple occasions, but I wanted to see if Big Elvis actually heard him speak. Objectively speaking, he struck me, Big Meech, as a highly intelligent person. Born in 1968. I know his background very well, but I want people to talk, you know. I'm just speculating along with other people because I don't think any of us really know his quote unquote plans. But as you get older, you should get wiser. Some people can't make that turn. What the guy that I used to hear speaking, I never met him. I think he can make that turn. I did hear read some of the interaction with him and his son, Lil Meech. So I think that he has an understanding of where he is now. But we cannot just assume that every black drug dealer is trying to reconnect with the streets. If we look at some of the Caucasians who have manifested and evolved from the streets, who have become senators, congressmen, public officials, and so on and so forth, they are not held to what they have done. A lot of them pedophiles, killers, and all sorts of things. So I just want to put that on the table so that we are being objective, please.
Yes, and objectively speaking, you don't get to that level without being intelligent. And that's why I hold them to a higher standard. Okay. And let me make this clear. He's paid his debt to society. Right. So coming out, he has a clean slate. But my thing is, you can't get out and glorify what you did and expect to be respected. You know what I'm saying? When you go in and you pay your debt to society, you come out with a clean debt. You're starting at zero. Now, are we going to do positive or are we going to do negative? Mm-hmm. But we can't pretend. I was born in 1980. I grew up in the crack era. I had aunties and uncles breaking into the house, stealing from grandma and mom. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk to me. I had aunts held at pistol point for crack debts. You feel what I'm saying? You can't talk that, not you, but the proverbial you can't talk that craziness to me and say we should glorify these people. Now at the same time, he has a clean bill debt, zero. You paid your debt to society. Now what are you going to do with the influence that you have? Right. These young boys look up to you. They watch your television show. But guess what? When they watch that television show, because I talk to these young men, they look at that as something to emulate. How are you going to, how are you, and I know you're going to say something, but as Farrakhan said, you have to atone. You have to have atonement. That's my whole thing. Like, where's the atonement at here? Okay. Because guys like me that actually did it the right way and with squares and went to school and kept our head down and worked hard, we're not glorified. We're not celebrated. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, that's what I'm saying about it. It's not them. It's our people. Gotcha. Because one hand, we need to stop this. We need to stop this. We need to stop this. But then you go on, turn the television on and watch. You're saying the bull crap. Yeah. And you're saying you go on social media, and that's what I'm saying. It's really with the people. Because I'm not going to belabor the point, but that's just what I'm saying. Like with Jay-Z, the same thing. Did Jay-Z? I got to give him credit where credit due. Yeah. He took the negative, and now he's making influential connections to open doors for people. Now, you know what I'm saying? That's what you're supposed to do. Like I said, I'm not glorifying George Bush, Ronald Reagan, Roosevelt, none of them, you know what I'm saying? Because they got it out the mud just like everybody else. Most of these families are criminals. You know, they come from criminals. But are you doing more positive than negative? That's how I judge you. Well, and at the end of the day, are you taking from your people or are you giving to your people?
Let me jump in, Mo. I respect everything you're saying. I guess we'll have to wait and see. He has been released, according to multiple reports, TMZ and other platforms. That's why I'm discussing it. It's picking up traction. I hope he's in a different place, in a better space. Otherwise, if he tries to get back into the quote unquote street game, he'll go down pretty fast. I mean, Sammy the Bull, or Sammy Gravano. Do you remember he went down to, I think it was Arizona, and tried to start dealing pills? They caught his dumb ass. Right. Put him back in the penitentiary. The streets are different. Everybody's a snitch now. Everybody. There's no such thing as fans. People tell just for kicks now. So I had to say that. But also, hey man, did you see Kamala Harris? I want you to finish up about Big Meech, but did you see Kamala Harris either talking with Charlemagne or on Fox News earlier today?
Yeah, I saw on Fox News, and she's getting better. Just being objective, she's getting better at playing the role that she needs to play to play the part. I think she's consistent. She ain't gonna do nothing specific for black people. Right. She said it, and if you look at her policies, it came out said. And when I saw and others, I said, "Oh no, this is a trick bag." You know what I'm saying? And others, no, you know what I'm saying? It need to be specific. So she is who she is. The Democrats are who they are. But at the same time, I think the orange man is on a downward trend. I think he needs to talk less because he had it in the bag. You know what I'm saying? He's going to talk himself out of an election if he keeps going. He just needs to be quiet.
Yeah, he's done
and let people vote.
Yeah, he's done too much. But
yeah, he's doing too much, man. Like I said, she's on an upward trend. Because here's the thing, Star. Let's go back to what I was saying about how people were sick. You can tell them all you want to. She ain't black or whatever else. They're going to hear what they want to hear, and they're going to see what they want to see. And what this really is all about is black women want to have something over white women. And they won't be honest and say that to us. Whoa. They won't say, yeah.
Come on.
They won't say to us, black man, please vote for her so we can have this over white women that the first female president was a black woman. Please give this to us. They won't humble themselves and ask us for that. And you know what? We say, you know what? That's what you want. Because black men always give a women what they want at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? If it asks right, we be like, okay, we'll give it to you. But no, they want to browbeat us, shame us, insult us, you know what I'm saying, manipulate us in church to trying to vote. And we're putting our heels in the sand and said, no, we ain't going to do it. But that's what it's really all about, Star. Okay. You black women want to have something to hold over the white woman's head. That's it.
Okay. Great to hear from you, Mo. Stay in touch, man, please.
I always will, Star. As everybody know, I got my Star right here, and I'm going to always be right here. Have a good one.
Thank you, man. Salute. Okay. Mo Facts tapping in. Aaron, sit tight. I see you on the line. If that's who I think it is, Aaron, let me get him in the queue. Aaron, sit tight. You're up next. Just give me a minute. Be right back. Someone sent me a nice email with some pictures with regards to they set up a similar squirrel party in their backyard. Salute to you. I'm a man of influence beyond just media. Okay, I'll respond to your email tomorrow. You know, I've got some other things we're going to be doing with my other YouTube channel, Squirrel Party. We're going to be streaming at night sometimes because I've got raccoons, I've got deer in the yard at night. So I might as well just film it, you know. But thank you for your email. Hold a second. Something else. Oh, guys, I don't know why I wrote this down, but can anybody tell me what year was that when Jay-Z and it was Dame Dash and I think it was Memphis Bleak. Was that at Summer Jam when Jay-Z is just standing there? He's not saying nothing. He's just not even looking in the direction of Dame and Memphis Bleak. That was like a turning point where you could just see the expression on his face, like, you know, I got to get out of here. And Dame Dash was talking about Michael Jackson, so that's why I assumed it was Summer Jam. Yes? No? Anybody remember? I don't know why that came to my mind. Okay, and Blade says Mo spitting facts. Okay. Is that Aaron tapping in? Area code 202 on a Thursday morning now. Wednesday night, Thursday morning.
Scott, can you hear me?
Hey, man. Good to hear from you. How you been?
Hey, I'm all right. How are you?
Good. We're talking about Big Meech released from prison or a few other topics.
Yeah. You know, the Big Meech thing is crazy to me. You know, I got a different opinion on drug dealers. Okay. I personally think they should get the death penalty.
Damn.
I take the what's that? The Singapore, South Korea. I take the Asian model on that.
Okay.
I think they destroy a lot. So my opinion is, I mean, people idolize them. I mean, Negroes idolize this. So I don't. You know, and I don't like that's just my opinion on it. What are your thoughts on drug dealers? I mean, Just curious.
Well, I think all drugs should be legal. You should be able to inject yourself with heroin. You should be able to smoke a crack rock in the privacy of your home, as long as you're not, getting high and then going to drive a bus with children. I think all drugs and prostitution should be legal in this country. That's what I think.
I definitely agree with prostitution. I do think that the current system that we have is not working. I do think that you have to do either. You have to take either approach. Either you legalize it all, or you go to my approach. You go Old Testament with it, because what we have right now is definitely it's not working.
No.
So I personally want to see a better society. So if I wouldn't do it, I'm somebody that wouldn't recommend the next person to do it. And I just going to places where people are now using weed. I don't like the way the cities are being run. Like if you go to Denver and everybody's high all the time, and I don't like it,
Portland and places like that. Now, hang on a second. For those who don't know, because you haven't called in a while, you're from Kansas City, yes? Missouri.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. Okay. It's been a while, man. You inspired me. I saw your viral moment and I'm like,
oh, Jesus.
I got to respect this guy for speaking his mind. You know what I mean? And standing up for yourself. And
well, listen, I don't even want to address that. I'm so beyond that.
Yeah, I got to. Yeah.
But listen, it's great. Yeah. It's great to hear from you. Do you want to talk about Kamala Harris? Where do you want to chime in? Because you always give a good commentary. What's on your mind, Aaron?
Well, I don't necessarily agree with everything that the last gentleman said, but he did have some pretty good points for, where we are in the country. Mm-hmm. I find it very interesting for, we all know mixed people run the Black community, right? We all know that. Yeah, it's the truth. You want to look it up historically. You want to look up the institution.
I'm letting you talk.
We know that. We know that there's the issue of mixed people in Black community, or Black people and mixed people. This goes back to, this is like as old as Stone Cold and The Undertaker from the WWF. This is a real rivalry here.
Wow.
But what I find to be interesting is the same people who, walked around singing that Kendrick Lamar minstrel song all summer long, are now the same people that are telling everybody to get in line with Kamala. And, her Blackness has been an issue. And then you get Obama coming out, lecturing people. What I understand about Obama is this. I think Obama is still looking at the world as it was in 2008, right? In 2008, anybody that one drop rule was extended to everybody that was mixed. Now in 2024, the definition of what is Black is now changing. What is considered Blackness is not what it was, 16 years ago. And it's not what it was 150 years ago. Because the definition of Blackness was largely decided by people who were white. Now what you're seeing is people who are fully Black now taking, now gatekeeping what that definition is.
I'm going to jump in right there, Aaron, and I do have to pull it back to one of the two topics. It's good to hear from you, but let me give you a little pushback, because you're very light skinned. You're Steph Curry's complexion, for those who don't know, right?
Correct.
Okay. Objectively speaking, I think mixed people do the most damage to the quote unquote Black diaspora here in America. They use their privilege, sometimes or a lot of times in the wrong way, and they misuse the trust that quote unquote Black people give them. They become these sellouts, the ones who are the biggest grifters. And I've been quoted as saying the worst mammy is a biracial mammy. I just want to give you a little kickback. I'll let you address that, but let's get back to one of the two topics. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I look at mixed people as the whores for the Black community. I think Black people pimp mixed people out and use their privilege to get what they want. And then after they got what they want, they then kick mixed people out and say now that they're not Black.
Okay.
And if what you're saying, hold on, let me make this last point. If what you're saying was true, how come every time mixed people want to build their own community, they get pushback from Black people? When mixed people want to say, we're not Black, we're mixed, like Tiger Woods or anybody else, if Kamala, for example, if Kamala would have came out and said, I am not Black, I am mixed, she would not have a political career right now. If she would have owned her biracialness, she would not have a political career. So I think it's the vice versa. I think Black people, mixed people are the pawns on the chessboard. And they use that, Black people use that mixed privilege to get the things for them. Because when it comes to accomplishments in the Black community, it's overwhelmingly mixed. I'm sorry, whether you want to go with Frederick Douglass or whether you want to go with, you know, even this whole talented 10th, when you look, this has been an issue for a very long time. And when you look at people like Charles Drew, when you look at, you know,
well, Aaron, hang on a second. Stay with me. Troll babies, do I let Aaron keep talking or do I bring it back to the topic? I don't know. I don't like to cut people short. You know, I mean, I like for people to talk, and clearly you can talk. Let me just see what my kids think. Troll babies, do I let him keep talking? Do we bring it back to the topic? And where's Deeds? I want Deeds to chime in. If Deeds says, get this nigga out of here, then I gotta cut you. Okay, they're saying back to the topic. Okay, anyway. All right, well, listen, Aaron, let's go back, man, to, you said you're not interested in talking about Big Meech, Kamala Harris, or Jay-Z and Rock Nation have just re-upped their deal with the NFL. Please land your plane. Man. Please land your plane.
Okay. All of the things that you're saying prove my point. Okay. Jay-Z used a mixed man. He used Colin Kaepernick to get into the NFL, and now Colin Kaepernick does not have a job. So this, what we're talking about, you actually just proved my point with that.
Great point.
Colin Kaepernick was the guy that took the bullet, and this midnight madness guy with these wide nose and he can't get a comb through the back of his head, used the mixed man for his own benefit.
I'm letting you talk, man. I'm letting you talk. Okay.
So I'm just saying. And when we look at Big Meech, would Big Meech have gotten this far if Big Meech needed cocoa butter out the shower? I don't think so. Okay. I don't know if Big Meech used his light skin privilege to make these deals with these Hispanics. I'm sorry.
All right. Aaron, great to talk to you, man. Thank you for tapping in. I appreciate your support. Thank you.
Okay, bro. Okay. All right, bye.
Guys, if you're new to the show, that's Aaron. He used to call in and we used to let him cook. But tonight we have to kind of somewhat sort of stay on topic. Let me go to area code 912. Somebody tapping in. Is that Georgia? 912. Thursday morning?
Yes, Star. What's going on, Star?
Yes, sir. Man? How are you, sir? It's cracking. We're shaking.
Right, I'm going to stick to this topic, Big Meech, and I got one thing to say about that, man. Okay. I think he snitched on Diddy.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah, they talking about he killed Diddy, man. I think this is payback to Diddy. And he made a deal with them people, man.
Do you have any proof, sir? Or are you just, talking hella records?
Allegedly. I ain't trying to get you striked.
I'm going to deny what you're saying. I have no proof, but I'm asking you, do you have any proof, or why are you saying this?
No, it's conspiracy theory. I'm just speculating.
Okay. Well, he was arrested and charged, but then the charges were dropped with regards to the killing of Wolf. Big Meech, yes?
Oh, okay. It ain't got really nothing to do with the case. I mean, just like the whole scenario.
Right.
I think he had something on him. I think he wanted to star witnesses in Diddy trial.
Yeah.
He might have a gun to deal. He might not have to testify. You know what I'm saying? Unless Diddy go to trial.
Come on.
If Diddy cop out, he ain't never got to get on the stand. So his secret to be safe with some people.
Have you served time in the penitentiary, sir?
Yes, I have.
Okay. I have not. So therefore, you would be a much better informed person with regards to that whole, how the...
and I'll give you this spell. I'm from New Jersey, Jersey City.
Okay.
I've been to Broadway. I've been to Trenton. I've been to Southwoods, Northern State,
Jesus.
Gang Unit.
Yeah.
I've been around Annandale, Yardsville. You name it, I've been there, man.
So you would be a much better source of information with regards to what it takes to get out early. He got out early, Big Meech. Supposed to be out.
Yeah, he got out early. You don't get out early when you sentence like that. That appeal would have been big, man. You seen all them dudes that got out. You got Harry O and all them dudes Trump party.
Right.
They got out. We know how they got out. We don't know how he got out. This new. Information like this just don't appear out of thin air like that. This would have been news. That's all I had to say, man.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you for tapping in.
No problem, man.
Folks, I have no knowledge of what that man said. He's just, speculating, You're welcome to speculate, Hold on a second. Guys, on the screen, youtube.com/@GoBobGo. Okay, that's one of my sponsors. In the community section, there's a link to Go Bob Go's YouTube channel. It's really, really very avant-garde. The editing, I like the editing, and it's I recommend it. I recommend it. Most of our sponsors that we bring on, I make sure that I check out their platform so I can know what it is that I'm talking about, aside from having bullet points. But go check him out. Go Bob Go on YouTube, okay? Hang on a second. Okay. Someone wants to know, how can I reach out to Aaron? Well, you can send a donation right here, sir. That's how. Send in a donation. Is it Khalid or Khalid? Peace, Khalid. You send a donation right here, and I'll send your information to Aaron. Or is Aaron in the live chat? I'm not sure. Do you want to throw hands with Aaron? What's going on? I don't want to be in the middle of anything like that. But thank you for your inquiry. I'll just say that for right now. Let me go to area code 317. Big Meech is my topic. He has been released from federal prison. Are you up to speed? Area code 317. In 5, 4, 3.
Yo.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yo, what's up, sir?
How are you, man? It's cracking.
I was calling in, man, because I heard about it just like when I turned on your show about the Big Meech. So I don't know much, but how many years was he supposed to get originally?
Well, in 2008, sir, he was sentenced to 30 years. Are you a Big Meech fan?
He got real early.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so I heard I like that last caller that called though. I like his what he said about he might have some shit because like you said, it don't make no sense.
Sir, you gotta watch the profanity, please. Profanity.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. All the other stuff, like he said, the Harry O's, we heard how they got out. We heard how Lil Wayne right got pardoned. But for him just to get out, was like, I'm assuming good behavior. Is that it?
So I've only done skid bids. I can't tell you what it's like to do a decade, and then to file appeals and work with the the parole board. I got no knowledge there. So have you done a stretch? Who am I talking to?
Hell no. I've done a weekend. That's as far as I'm going. No way. Like
the most I did was 30 days. 30 days. I said, I got to get back on the block. Let me out of here. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I gave all my food to my celly. I said, no, you can have my pizza, man. I ain't going to be here long, man. You go ahead and have all this. You can have all this. But yeah, no. No, I ain't built for that shit, man. I know that.
All right, sir, you're cursing again. Thank you, sir. Good night. He's cursing again. Just a little profanity once in a while, but come on, you can't keep pushing it, okay? You can't keep pushing it. This is a business. I don't own YouTube. Please respect the algorithms. Is it Can Do? Can Do, I got your email. Hold on a second. It's the same email address with regards to advertising and sponsorship. And next week, guys, we're going to have well, actually, you know what? Either next week or in 2 weeks, we're going to have brand new analytics for you guys with regards to being a sponsor on this show. But there's my email address on the screen, okay? I don't know why I asked you guys about Jay-Z. That question just popped into my head. Speaking of Big Meech, I remember seeing G Herbo on VladTV years ago. G Herbo out of Chicago. And they were asking him about Larry Hoover. And he said, if he were to get out, he said, the younger generation wouldn't listen to him today. And I kind of think that same thing with Big Meech. The generations have changed too much. Things are different. Why would anybody let an older guy come back on the block and get his weight up? I mean, if he hasn't learned, but I have a feeling he has learned. Once you get older, you want to downsize. You don't want a big house. You don't want a whole bunch of cars unless they're older cars. You realize the value of certain things, and it's not about doing what you did when you were in your 20s and stuff like that. Let me go to area code 757. Good morning. We're now into Thursday morning. We're talking about the one-time drug dealer. Big Meech has been released from prison. We hit speed. Area code 757.
Yeah. Good evening. Good morning.
Yes, sir. How are you? It's cracking.
I'm doing fine, man. I just got this information off of my YouTube feed, and I was like, "Oh, damn! Is this for real?" So I did my search. He was on with Fendi. I found, I don't know what that means, but I was like, "Wow, Fendi get a live with
Big Fendi,
public live,
Big Fendi."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I found that interesting. But is there a connection with all of this? Like, is this something? I feel like it's something major going. It's a big shift going on, and I don't know. I don't know the reason, because you had Harry O, Rayful Edmond got out a little bit ago.
Right.
Meech just got out. Is this something?
And Diddy's locked up.
And Diddy locked up, and they talking now. They flirting with 50 Cent and Jay. Like, is it?
You heard 50 Cent's about to be locked up? I haven't heard that one, sir. Where you going?
Well, I hear, like I said, it's flirting. I heard that dude out in New York, the A.
Well, sir, don't say somebody's name unless you have some type of source. I mean, 50's my guy, but he is suing niggas. 50's suing niggas.
And that's what I'm saying. He's suing that dude for taking his chain. Taking his chain design.
All right. Well, I need you to slow down, sir, because I don't know you. But okay, so you're in the dark. Are you a Big Meech fan, supporter? Who am I speaking to?
I pay very close attention to the Hollywood elite because I feel they're privy to a different source of knowledge, regardless, even you. So that's why I'm tuned into you, because you have a different access to information. And these people are the cultural shifters. You guys can change a lot of stuff depending on your content or your brand or how you do. So I tend to pay attention to that because it's vital.
So let me ask you, with your consumption of the information that you just referenced, how does it affect your life? Does it help some type of framework that you're working on, or is it just entertainment?
It gives me a little insight on politics because you guys are street. That's not who you are 100%, but you are street.
Street?
You guys are.
Did you say street, sir? Street?
Yes, you are.
No, sir. I'm not street, sir. No, sir. No, sir. I'm not street. No.
Okay, well, you're tuned in, though. You're tuned in. You're not tuned. Okay. I'll take that. But you got the only reason I say street is because that relates to me, the listener.
Okay.
So if you see something changing up, You know, I want to see it too. Like, okay, well, I gotta know what these niggas is doing. I gotta know what these niggas is doing, stuff. I gotta know when these niggas start changing it up and start going stupid.
So you're just, you know, you're keeping an eye on things. You're a concerned citizen. You're a concerned citizen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm 38 now. And like you just said, you know, you get older and you done did all the dumb stuff. Right. You know, you done did all the wasting money and all of this stuff. Now you want a quiet neighborhood to live in. You know,
if I can just cut to the chase, sir. If I can just cut to the chase with all due respect, are you a rat? Sound like a rat?
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. I'm a truth teller.
sir, let me just respond here. I'll let you speak. You know, there's an old saying, the devil knows its own. And you said you're a concerned citizen. That's another way of saying, you know, I tell.
No. I don't mean to, I'm not trying to overtalk you or anything. No, I'm aware.
Okay.
You know, I'm aware and I'm tuned in to people that are aware. I don't watch CNN and I'm not trying to name drop. I don't watch mainstream. I tune in to the people.
I appreciate that. But hang on a second, sir. Let me ask you some real questions here. If it came down to your freedom, would you tell for your freedom?
Damn, star.
Take your time. Take your time.
Oh man.
A 3 to 6, sir. If they offered you a 3 to 6, would you tell? Whew. 3 to 6.
Man, I don't put myself in situations to have to tell. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I don't put I don't put myself. But see,
Troll babies, give me a second. This nigga's a rat. Now hang on, sir.
These dudes.
Yeah. Let's I gotta finish up with you. You take what's called, and listen, I respect this. You take what's called preventive measures.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in no situation like that. I partake in the BS as well. I'm a frequent user of substances that I enjoy.
Oh wow.
You know.
Yeah. Oh, you definitely tell because you've got a habit.
Oh,
you tell. Troll baby, this nigga's a rat. Pay attention.
I ain't no hardcore.
You're a weekend warrior. No, sir.
Absolutely.
You're a weekend.
I'm at work right now.
Yeah, you're in denial. You know, you don't have a habit. You know, just you do it because you want to do it, right?
Star, you are one of the greatest, man. You are one of the greatest, bro. I promise you, man. Right, I promise you, bro.
Sir, listen, I gotta cut you short. Get that donation here, okay? I've spent more than enough time with
Absolutely.
you. Okay, thank you, man. Yes, sir. Got him. You see, sometimes we have to take our time. Troll babies, what do you think, huh? He's a rat. Make sure you hit the like button. The devil knows its own. Talking about he's a concerned citizen. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Houston, I see you. I get your donation. Okay, thank you, man. Thank you. Okay, and Aaron, I got your other donation. Thank you so much. You see, guys, Aaron Spence Scroller. He may go off the rails a little bit, but he's a good guy. Okay. Hey, Vivian, nice to hear from you. It's been a while. Thank you so much. Okay, yeah, I don't want to talk about that Jaguar right thing. Please, let's move past it. But thank you. Okay. Okay. Benny, I got your donation via Streamlabs or PayPal. Guys, at the top of the live chat, there's a link there. If you don't have Cash App, you want to support the machine, you can send a small donation. Again, tax deductible, all of my donations. Benny says, Americans idolize drug dealers / drug lords. Narco tourism on the rise in countries like Colombia, Mexico. You're right, sir. You're right. Yeah. East New York. I think you and I spoke. Thank you for your donation. I don't know what's going on in. Is it Brazil? I keep seeing these videos where people are either sitting at these little outside cafes. Is it Brazil or Rio de Janeiro? And guys pull up on scooters and just start shooting people in the head. I watched a video this morning with 4 people sitting at a little bar and this big goddamn window was open. 2 guys come in and start blasting them. A girl runs behind the bar, and the one guy comes around the bar and starts popping her. Jesus. Stephen, I got your donation. Thank you so much for tapping in. He says, salute. Thank you, sir. We are talking about Big Meech is home. Let me go to area code 973. Tapping it from New Jersey. Are you there? 973?
Hey. Good evening, Star. How are you?
Sir, life is great. I live in Emerald Isle. I'm healthy. What can I say?
I hear you. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to touch on the nigger nonsense tonight.
Please.
The thing about Meech is they weren't killers, which killing tends to be bad for business. But they were allowed to reach the upper echelons of the hustling game.
Right.
They weren't a couple of guys going over to 160th Street, copping a half an ounce, coming back, bagging it up, selling it on in the projects. They were able to get to what the young boys say now, the plug,
right.
But back then it was to connect.
Right.
Multiple kilograms. The government is putting the number at 270 million. You already know the government tends to inflate things, but we can at least agree on 50 million.
Of course.
With that being said, he reached the very top, and he was also a visionary. He wasn't talking about taking over another block.
Okay.
I'm gonna run this work. I'm gonna have Plainfield. I'm gonna have Newark. I'm gonna have Elizabeth. Nah, he wasn't talking like that.
Okay.
He's talking state to state, connecting and building, and that's what people tend to like because as African Americans, this is our Robin Hood story.
Okay.
And don't get me wrong, drug dealing has collateral damage. Whether you talk about the broads selling their bodies.
Right.
Old ladies getting their purses snatched.
Right.
Burglaries, whatever. It's collateral damage with that. But the hustle game is our Robin Hood story. And when we see a black man win, because Meech and them got it out the mud. They didn't grow up with it.
That's a fact. I respect that. Mm-hmm.
So seeing him blow up like that is just like when he win, we win. We know that it is at least possible. Because you got to keep in mind, we're from the East Coast. For us to get a direct connect, which he had to have, what I like to say, he had a factory connect.
Right.
Literally. That's unheard of. We going to New York, doing what we do and coming back. Nah, he was doing it on a whole nother level. So with that, that's all it is.
All right. Stay with me. I can appreciate everything you said. And even though I can respect, as you said, their come up, I tend to have more respect for the killers. I'll just be honest with you. Hold on. Here, killing is a more direct and forceful way to instill honor, tradition, and it keeps the unit stronger. Killing, I'm being honest. So Meech had was it a 20-year run? He was out there for a lot of years without killing.
Without killing. That's the beautiful thing about it, because the killing brings the heat.
Now, hang on a second. His team, from what I remember, I don't remember all this stuff. His team may have been doing some things it didn't stick out, though. The situation with Wolf where Meech got shot in the ass, this we know.
They didn't do an overkill.
Right.
Because you got some crews that every time you turn around, it's a body popping up. That's no good.
But you see, again, I didn't really pay attention to them like that because when I went to Atlanta in those days, working for the record labels, I was in and out a couple of days. I'm, hanging out, doing the most, and then I'm out of there. So it wasn't like I'm trying to stay in contact with niggas. Okay, so he had a hell of a run. He's coming home. Do you think he's in a different place mentally, or is he conditioned to still be that guy in the streets, born in 1968? Please.
Hey, I'm glad you brought up 1968. I'm 1970. He's an old nigga. He gonna get somewhere and sit down.
Oh yeah.
50 done already mapped it out. The 50 gonna break him off. I already know this.
Okay. Yeah.
With that being said, he gonna get somewhere and sit down. I seriously doubt you see him on Vlad or any of those other podcasts. If they catch him going in somewhere, he might have something to say. Right. But if I'm not mistaken, they already done changed the BMF acronym to something positive. I'm not sure what the name of the organization is. I will have to do some research, but I could have sworn I heard that already.
Okay.
So I think Meech is just going to get somewhere, and as they say, stay out the way.
Yeah. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
Thank
Salute.
you. Okay, salute. We're having a pretty good conversation about this. Better than what I expected. I was a little nervous earlier. Big Meech. Do I really want to talk about this? Hold a second. Let me just read something here. Okay. And again, I never watched one episode of BMF. I just, it's not my taste. I've seen too much of that over the years. It just, So some things you just don't want to relive. See somebody in the club, screw facing, mean mugging, come outside, guns get to ripping. Some bitches trying to set you up for the double cross. Somebody's friend or family members hooked on drugs and they tell, right? Somebody runs off with the money. God, hold on a second. Varnell, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Okay. And let me, somebody was on hold here. I'm sorry, guys. Who was area code 661? We've spoken before. Are you there? 661.
Yeah, I'm here. What's up, Star?
What's up, man? How are you?
Oh, man, I'm good. You know what? I think Big Meech told, man. He had to.
Come on.
I mean, you said he got 30 years in 2008?
2008. He was sentenced.
So what he done, 16 years?
You tell me, sir. You tell me.
That's 51%, man. The only time the feds let you out early is if you tell them something. Think about it. Suge Knight, he would have been out if he'd have told something. But he's not in federal custody. But
no.
I don't know, man. I seriously think there's something fishy about this whole Big Meech thing.
Well, let's say, hypothetically speaking, he told. Do you think today's generation cares if someone told to get out? You got Tekashi who told, sent people to the penitentiary, and there's a host of other people who, that we know of. I forget some of the names. They have told it, and Big Meech and these guys being locked up, they see what's going on. I don't think.
Yeah, you're right.
So you think if he did, it's a big deal. Hey man, I got to get home, see my grandkids, my kids. I'm getting I'm getting old. I got hypertension. My cholesterol's up. Let me out of here.
Yeah, I actually think it's a good idea to do it. I mean, I would do it. I would. I think that Rayful told. I think that Big Meech told. I think that Harry O told.
Alpo
told. Everybody's telling. It's the new wave, man.
Yeah.
You might as well tell everything you know. I'll let you go.
Thank you. I appreciate the call, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. I took preventive measures. I started telling when they arrested me. Give me something to sign. Once I learned the routine, give me something to sign. I'm not scared of jail. I just ain't got time. We're talking the 80s. Back in those days, it was fish scale. Fish scale. Oh no, I got to get back uptown. This can wait. Logic, is it Myers? Got your donation, sir. Thank you for tapping in. Hope I said that right. Logic Myers. Kyle, I hope I'm saying okay. You want to speak with Aaron, sir? Aaron, I'm gonna send Aaron your information, sir. Can I do that? Aaron, can you send me an email? I don't want to give out your information. Some guy wants to connect with you, Aaron, and if you can send me an email, I'll send you his information. Hopefully you guys can just talk, whatever that's about. Sir, are you trying to get with Aaron? What's going on? I just have to ask. And I'm going to bring in a caller while I'm trying to do all this. 778. Good morning. Are you there? 778.
Yes. What's happening, Star?
Hey, man. What's up? What's going on?
Shalom, shalom. It's Yosef. We're talking about Big Meech tonight.
What's up, Yosef?
How's it going, my man?
It's going, man. What's cracking?
I'm good, man. Well, I just wanted to start off, with Big Meech. Now I'll go to the next subject. But, the way I see it, man, is the saying, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right? You take a look at his son. When your father leaves, some people can call it a legacy. Some people can call it a disaster, a nightmare, a poison that was put among people. I know a lot of people in the chat seem to feel that way. And then, your son is out here representing you. You're getting caught with a gun at the airport. I don't know if you remember that. He was caught getting head from
easy. Let's not be too sexually graphic. And I know about the watch.
The scandals. Let's just leave it at the scandals. I'll just call it the scandals.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, and these scandals. And then also you've got who was the one, the sole artist, Blue Da Vinci, I know him and Big Meech don't have the best relationship. And I just think it's when he comes or when he's out fully and, he has to, set an example. I hope, well, it's something I hope the guy can do whatever he wants, but I think what his actions will be towards, his own son will really speak on what kind of character he is. Because I think that's the big question, right? I mean, are you going to come out and just soak up everything? Because there's nothing worse than an old head talking about the good old days. And it's just like, you got to put, like, times are different, and it's like you say, people are snitching like crazy. They don't care. Like, times are different, and people love that stuff too. Like, well, people were saying earlier, the Paid in Full and the BMF, the fact that they're even producing this series is crazy.
Love it.
They just, they eat it up.
Yeah.
But, I'm just going to switch subjects just to
well, hang on a second. I want to at least address what you've said. Now, I don't think he's even been around, or maybe Lil Meech. I don't know how much connection they've had over the years or not. But, young people get into stuff. It doesn't necessarily mean that the mother or father, well, in Big Meech's case, he wasn't around, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a quote unquote bad kid. Kids get into stuff. So I can overlook the watch thing and something else that happened to him, but maybe that motivated him to, or however he got out early to try and be in that young man's life before he takes a bad turn. What do you think about that?
Me personally, because I'll be honest with you, I'm young too. Like I'm young. So like,
how old?
Little Meech is almost.
How old are you?
I'm born in '96, sir.
Okay.
I've got old parents though. Like my father's 77 and my mom's 70. So like I grew up. So I still had like kind of a different experience than most people my age did growing up because my parents have seen a lot more, right?
Right.
And my father actually lived a lot in not in Detroit, but in Flint.
Okay.
But yeah, before they moved to Canada. But
so you wanted to shift and talk about what before you go?
I wanted to talk about we were talking about Kamala, and I know how yesterday you were talking also about this list she had put out to me it looked like something to win over the black vote, and I just wanted to chime in on that basically.
Well, I don't really like to go back. You're talking about her economic opportunity. That's 9 pages. Yeah. We don't go back on this show. I appreciate you calling in, but it's out there. More so today, I can address her interview on Fox News if you saw that, but I don't want to go back to the whole economic thing that you.
No, it's all good, man. I ain't gonna waste your time, man. It's all good. I didn't listen to the interview.
Okay, good.
But one thing you got PayPal, man, because there's no Cash App in Canada, but I want to drop a donation. So
PayPal is look up under the video. The PayPal information is there, or you can go to the top. See where it says the top of the live chat. That's a PayPal link as well.
All right, my man. I'm gonna drop you a donation, man. Shalom, shalom. Viva Israel, baby.
Okay, shalom. All right. All right, guys, give me a second. Something else here I just wanted to. All right, Peter Sissy Houston, huh? Whitney Houston's mom. She passed away. I don't know where that whole Teresa Graves thing is. Whitney Houston's real mother. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Steven says Democrats letting out Big Meech to get votes. Oh, I didn't think about that one. Is anybody taking the credit? Guys, showrunner, one of my sponsors, Emanuele, are you out there? So do you want to call in, promote your platform? We're going to be reposting one of your videos Friday. If you have a new video, make sure you email me, man. Great to hear from you. Emanuele, he teaches MMA fighting. You can always catch him in my community section or click the link, the showrunner, okay? And, okay. Oh, Houston, hold on a second because someone else is on the line here. Someone else is tapping in. 914, are you there? It's a Thursday morning. 914. A few topics on the table.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, sir. How about yourself?
I'm fine, thank you. I just wanted to comment on the last two last couple callers you had, the young men. They seem to have their head on right, because there's a lot of cats out here that think this is the second coming, about his brother coming home. And I know a lot of people are waiting to interview him for, I guess, all the wrong reasons. Well, listen, at least, these cats got to remember there's a lot of impressionable people, especially young men. They want to emulate them, and so, well, that's it.
Stay with me. I hear what you're saying, and I think I know where you're trying to go, but do you really think today's generation of social engineers, content creators, for the most part, do you think they want to now emulate drug dealers? That's like an old thing. I mean, there's not a lot of people still posted up on the corners. I mean, there are. And if you want to buy drugs, you can go on an app and have it delivered. So it's like, are people really trying to, young people, emulate drug dealers? Is probably just, for entertainment purposes. What do you think?
Yes. Okay. In that regard, yeah, because that I'm sure that as soon as he can, he's going to be all on these platforms, telling his stories. I'm sure people are lined up now trying to get an interview. You got a lot of these people I see. I watch some of them, but I just hope people take it like those callers that were saying, they made a lot of money, man. They made a lot of money, but at what cost, man? I mean, how about somebody like yourself who cracked one of the biggest radio markets in the world? You cracked it. I mean, why wouldn't somebody want to know how you did that? What you and Buck went through,
Well, sir, I've already put that story out there. I have a docu-series coming. I wrote a couple of books, but you know, again, I don't even like to rehash that stuff because I'm more concerned with moving forward. But I hear what you're saying. Let me just say this. I hear what you're saying, and yeah, salute to some of the young callers who called in and they're not interested in Big Meech coming home and telling those old stories. I'm not too sure he's going to do that. He could be, again, this is all speculation, getting the bag, if you will. Maybe he's someplace else. I mean, he's born in 68, man. So we're not talking about some guy who's in his 30s who's still trying to, like, you know, pop bottles and, you know, getting the fly whip. He should be thinking about other stuff that, you know, older men do. But go and finish up.
Well, you know, time will tell. You know, but so many of them out here on the line now, man, telling their stories. Some of them are interesting and some of them are just mundane, just total crap.
Yeah.
You know, but we got this big, is the race. Can we talk about that? The presidential race?
Did you see the interview with Kamala Harris on Fox News earlier?
I did not see that. No, I did not.
Very entertaining interview.
You know, she's a very good looking woman. I gotta say that. This is just my opinion. If you, I think a lot of people just wouldn't vote for her just because she's a woman, which is kind of ridiculous considering that this other guy is a businessman, if you will, and a total, a lot of people say he's not racist. Well, I mean, I don't know the man personally, but I do know that him and his dad got busted for not renting to black people. And I still think he has that in him. I don't care how
many. Sir, you're looking at a former slumlord who has owned a trailer park of close to 80 mobile homes and double wides. I did not rent to black people for the most part, unless you were on some type of Section 8 or state assistance.
My God. Wow. Wow, man, I'm quite surprised.
And in 2017, I sold that mobile home, sir. I sold that mobile home, made some really good money, and I packed up and I'm no longer a landlord. But here's the thing, you see, there's reasons why you don't rent to certain groups and or cultures, if you will. Certain people take pride in tearing a place up. They take pride.
I agree.
You know, certain people will get up in the goddamn place, blast music, invite others, and then when you say something to them, what do they say? I don't give a fuck, my rent paid. Look, I don't.
Oh, man.
You know.
You must have not read my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, but I agree with you. I totally agree with you. But I just, man, this, oh boy.
All right. Well, listen, sir, I appreciate you, man, but I got to shift gears here. Great to talk to you. Thank you for tapping in.
All right, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Any landlords in the live chat? Can we be honest with each other? There's certain Hispanics I just wouldn't rent to, you know? Caucasians also. I didn't want nobody who had a job. You got to be getting state money. Oh my goodness. When the recession came around in 2008, I had a couple of tenants. They lost their job. I said, hey, you got to go. You got to go. I went down to the courthouse and get them out of there. I don't give a goddamn if Christmas is coming up, you can't pay your rent. You got to go. Okay. Can you send me a link? I'm not going to interrupt the show. Send me a link. Somebody got arrested. Almost hit a police car. Relly Riches. He says they might as well let Larry Hoover out too. Sir, I don't know the particulars of Larry Hoover's case. I forget, man. It's like a lot of that stuff, man, I don't choose to remember it. You know, it's not that deep to me. I'm more concerned with moving forward in life and making new memories. And, you know, a lot of that stuff, man, I can't always harp on the details of what happened and where somebody was and who got shot and what they were driving. Oh my God, what they were wearing. Who was in the club. Sheesh. Earl, I got your donation. My family owns rental houses. Old tenants destroyed some of the houses. Took the copper pipes out the house. Guess what they look like? Yeah. I would never, in today's economy, purchase anything to fix it up and then rent it out. I wouldn't do that. Certainly not no goddamn Airbnbs. I just don't have the energy for people like that no more, you know? Calling police, trying to evict somebody. Somebody gets mad at you and they tear the goddamn place up. No thanks. Area code 229. Good morning. We're having a good discussion here. Are you there? 229?
Yes.
Hey there.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm great. Who's this? Where do you want to start?
Hey, you all still was talking about Big Meech?
Hey there. Can you hear me? You got a little noise in the background, baby. Can you make the adjustments?
Hold on one moment.
Did you call
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, did you call in last night? Are you from what state you from?
I'm from San Antonio. I just have a Georgia number because that's where I'm originally from.
Okay. Thank you for your call. Where do you want to start, darling? Where do you want to start?
Yes, about Big Meech. With the reason why he was released, it was, I think I put it on there for you all, the Black Enterprise, that was in March the 5th, 2024.
Okay.
It was cited in Amendment 821 of the United States Criminal Code. His attorney argued that he should be released earlier than his latest reduced sentence per new sentencing guidelines. Okay. So that is the reason why he was released. But his sentence had been reduced to 20 years, would put him at a 2028 release.
Right.
But
2028.
however, they said he was an upstanding citizen while serving time, including obtaining his GED, performing well in other prison classes, and staying out of trouble while incarcerated since 2021.
Okay.
So as a result, his attorney cites that he should be released. So that's why he's being released.
Okay.
And that's what I wanted to talk about.
Well, I appreciate this information. I did not do a deep dive. Florida Boy Jay called in earlier with some notes. You know, it's interesting to quite a number of people. I'm not hating on the guy, but I didn't want to do a deep dive. So he technically has served his time. As you just said, his sentence was reduced. And the man has paid his debt to society, yes?
Yes, he has, yes. And that was good that he did very good. He earned his GED while he was in there, and he was, an outstanding citizen.
Yeah.
And so it was Amendment 782, they said. Okay. Under Amendment 782.
How do you know this? Do you do content? How did you do this dive and get this information?
Black Enterprise. Just type in Black Enterprise.
BlackEnterprise.com. Okay.
And then /Big Meech.
Okay.
Early prison release, and then you read the article and it show his face.
Thank you so much for that link. Okay.
And it'll show everything more, and it'll show.
You say you're from San Antonio, you said?
Yes, I stay in San Antonio.
Did you ever meet Big Meech or his team back in the days? No.
I heard of them.
Okay.
The BMF, the movie, the movie.
Black Mafia Family. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate the info. You know, again, I'm just combing through it. You know, it's just nigga nonsense to me.
I know. I know. But since you all was talking about it, I just decided, you know,
why?
I was suspicious and curious.
Yeah. I just want to make sure he's not living nowhere near me. If you really want to know.
I know, right?
No. Take that someplace else.
Oh no, we military family. So
okay. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Hey, so anything with Kamala Harris? Did you see her interview with either Charlemagne on I guess audio? They did some audio, or she was on Fox News earlier. Did you see Kamala Harris with Brett Baer?
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch that at all?
Yes, I watched it. Mm-hmm.
What'd you think?
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, he was cutting her off at first, wouldn't let her answer, and then she said, "Well,
yeah.
She said, I'm here to talk. Let me answer."
Yeah, if he would have probably sort of let her answer, maybe you probably would have got a little bit more out of her. Right. Yeah, maybe. But I think she did better than expected.
I don't know what I don't know what to expect from her. I wouldn't vote for her, but I saw but she's the candidate for the Democrats. But hey, I appreciate the information. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Bye now.
And okay, you have a good night. Okay.
You too. Bye now.
Good morning.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye.
you.